Welcome, young learners. Today, we are going to hear an amazing story. It's about a boy who grew up to change the world. His name is Albert Einstein. Listening to his story will help you learn English easily. So, let's begin. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879. He was born in a city called Ulm, in Germany. Little Albert did not talk much when he was a child. His parents were worried. They thought something might be wrong. But Albert was just taking his time. Albert loved to think. He would spend hours just thinking about the world around him. He was curious about how things worked. He wanted to know why the sky was blue and how birds could fly. His parents supported his curiosity. They gave him a compass when he was 5. Albert was fascinated. He wondered why the needle always pointed north. This was the beginning of his love for science. Albert was different from the other children. He liked to be alone and think. He did not play like other kids. But he loved to read books. His favorite book was a science book that his uncle gave him. It had many interesting facts. Albert read it many times. At school, Albert did not do well. His teachers thought he was not smart. They said he asked too many questions. But Albert was just curious. He wanted to learn more than what was in the textbooks. He loved math and science. These subjects made sense to him. He could think deeply about them. Albert's family moved to Italy when he was a teenager. This was a big change for Albert. He left his school in Germany. In Italy, he had more time to think. He also learned more about science from his uncle and a family friend who were both engineers. They taught him many things that he could not learn in school. Albert's early life was full of challenges. But he never stopped being curious. He kept asking questions and thinking about the world. This curiosity helped him become the genius who changed the world. When Albert was 16, he moved to Switzerland. He wanted to finish his high school education there. He attended a school called the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. This school was known for its focus on science and mathematics. Albert was excited. He knew he would learn a lot there. At first, Albert struggled with some subjects. But he worked hard. He focused on the subjects he loved the most, math and physics. Albert's mind was full of questions. He wanted to understand the laws that govern the universe. Albert had a few close friends at school. They would spend hours talking about science. They also talked about music and philosophy. Albert loved playing the violin. It helped him relax and think clearly. Music was a big part of his life. One of Albert's teachers, Hermann Minkowski, noticed his talent. He encouraged Albert to think deeply about the problems in physics. Minkowski's support helped Albert gain confidence. He started to believe in his own ideas. Albert graduated from the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in 1900. He wanted to work in a university, but he could not find a job. He felt disappointed. But he did not give up. He kept studying and thinking about physics. Albert married his fellow student, Mileva Marek, in 1903. They had 2 sons, Hans and Eduard. Mileva was a great support for Albert. She helped him with his studies and encouraged him to keep going. During his education, Albert learned one important lesson. He learned that sometimes you have to face many challenges to achieve your goals. He also learned that curiosity and hard work are the keys to success. Albert's time at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic was a turning point in his life. It helped him discover his true passion for physics. He learned to think differently and challenge the traditional ideas. This helped him later in his career when he made his great discoveries. After graduating, Albert found a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. His job was to review inventions and decide if they were new and useful. This job was not related to physics, but it gave Albert time to think. He used his free time to work on his own ideas in physics. Albert's mind was always busy. He carried a notebook with him. Whenever he had a new idea, he wrote it down. He thought about the nature of light, time, and space. These were the questions that fascinated him the most. In 1905, Albert published 4 important papers in a science journal. This year is known as his Annus Mirabilis, which means miracle year. These papers were about very different topics, but they all changed the way we understand the world. The first paper was about the photoelectric effect. Albert showed that light can be both a wave and a particle. This idea was very new and surprising. It later helped develop quantum theory. The second paper was about Brownian motion. Albert explained how tiny particles move in a fluid. This was proof that atoms and molecules exist. Scientists had debated this for a long time, and Albert's work provided the answer. The third paper introduced the special theory of relativity. Albert explained that the laws of physics are the same for all observers, no matter how they move. This was a revolutionary idea. It changed the way we think about time and space. The fourth paper was about the famous equation, equals mc squared. This equation shows that energy and mass are the same thing. It means that a small amount of mass can be turned into a large amount of energy. This idea is the basis for many modern technologies. Albert's work at the Swiss Patent Office was the beginning of his career as a physicist. It was a time of great discoveries. His ideas were new and different from the traditional views. Many scientists did not understand his work at first. But Albert did not give up. He continued to explore and develop his theories. Albert's early career was a time of hard work and dedication. He showed that with curiosity and determination, you can achieve great things. His discoveries changed the world and laid the foundation for modern physics. The year 1905 was a special year for Albert Einstein. It was called his Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year. In this year, he published 4 groundbreaking papers that changed the world of science. The first paper was about the photoelectric effect. Albert discovered that light is made up of tiny particles called photons. He showed that when light hits a metal surface, it can knock out electrons. This was a new idea. It helped scientists understand how light works and later led to the development of quantum theory. The second paper was about Brownian motion. Albert explained how tiny particles move in a liquid or gas. He showed that this movement is caused by the collisions of atoms and molecules. This provided strong evidence for the existence of atoms, which was a big debate among scientists at that time. The third paper was the special theory of relativity. Albert introduced a new way of thinking about time and space. He explained that the laws of physics are the same for all observers, no matter how they move. This was a revolutionary idea. It changed the way scientists thought about the universe. The fourth paper was about the famous equation, equals mc squared. This equation shows that energy and mass are interchangeable. It means that a small amount of mass can be turned into a large amount of energy. This idea is the foundation of many modern technologies, including nuclear power. These 4 papers were published in a scientific journal called Annalen der Physik. They were very different from each other, but they all had a big impact on science. Albert's work was new and innovative. Many scientists did not understand his ideas at first, but over time, they realized the importance of his discoveries. Albert's Miracle Year was a turning point in his career. It showed his genius and his ability to think differently. His work opened up new fields of study and inspired many other scientists. It was a time of great excitement and change in the world of physics. Albert's discoveries in 1905 changed the way we understand the world. They showed that curiosity and hard work can lead to amazing breakthroughs. His miracle year is a reminder that new ideas can come from anyone, anywhere, at any time. After his miracle year, Albert Einstein's work started to gain recognition. Scientists began to understand the importance of his discoveries. Albert was invited to present his ideas at various universities. He became known as a brilliant physicist. In 1908, Albert was appointed as a lecturer at the University of Bern. This was his first academic position. He was excited to share his ideas with students. Albert was a great teacher. He explained complex concepts in simple terms. His students loved his lectures. In 1909, Albert moved to the University of Zurich. He continued to teach and research. His work on relativity and quantum theory was gaining more attention. Scientists around the world were reading his papers. Albert's reputation as a genius was growing. In 1911, Albert attended the Solvay Conference in Brussels. This was a meeting of the world's top physicists. Albert presented his ideas on relativity. Many famous scientists were there, including Max Planck and Marie Curie. They were impressed by Albert's work. This conference helped establish Albert as a leading physicist. In 1912, Albert moved to the German-speaking university in Prague. He was offered a position as a full professor. This was a big honor for Albert. He continued his research on general relativity. He was determined to expand his special theory of relativity to include gravity. In 1914, Albert moved to Berlin. He was appointed as a professor at the University of Berlin. He also became a member of the Prussian Academy of Sciences. This was a very prestigious position. Albert was thrilled to be recognized for his work. Albert's time in Berlin was very productive. He continued to work on his theory of general relativity. He also collaborated with other scientists. They discussed new ideas and shared their discoveries. Albert loved being part of the scientific community. In 1915, Albert completed his general theory of relativity. This was a major breakthrough. It explained how gravity works. It showed that gravity is not a force but a curvature of space and time. This idea was very new and exciting. It changed the way scientists understood the universe. Albert's work was not always easy. He faced many challenges. Some scientists did not believe in his ideas. But Albert never gave up. He kept working hard. He believed in his theories. He knew they could change the world. In 1919, Albert's theory of general relativity was proven correct. During a solar eclipse, scientists observed the bending of light around the sun. This was exactly what Albert's theory had predicted. The news spread quickly. Albert became an international celebrity. People all over the world wanted to know more about his work. Albert's academic recognition was a result of his hard work and dedication. He showed that with curiosity and perseverance, you can achieve great things. His discoveries opened up new fields of study and inspired many other scientists. Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity was a groundbreaking achievement. It changed the way we understand gravity. This theory was published in 1915, and it was a major milestone in Albert's career. The general theory of relativity explains that gravity is not a force but a curvature of space and time. Imagine a stretched rubber sheet with a heavy ball placed in the center. The sheet bends around the ball. Similarly, massive objects like stars and planets bend the space and time around them. This bending causes objects to move in curved paths. Albert's theory was very different from the traditional view of gravity. Before his work, Scientists believed that gravity was a force that pulled objects towards each other. Albert's theory showed that gravity is actually the result of the curvature of space and time. Albert worked very hard on his theory. He spent many years thinking about the problem of gravity. He faced many challenges and setbacks. But he never gave up. He believed in his ideas and kept working until he found the answer. In 1919, Albert's theory was proven correct. During a solar eclipse, scientists observed the bending of light around the sun. This was exactly what Albert's theory had predicted. The news spread quickly. Albert became an international celebrity. People all over the world wanted to know more about his work. The general theory of relativity had many important implications. It showed that space and time are interconnected. It also predicted the existence of black holes, which are regions of space where gravity is so strong that nothing can escape. These ideas were very new and exciting. They opened up new fields of study and inspired many other scientists. Albert's work on general relativity was a major breakthrough in physics. It showed that with curiosity and perseverance, you can achieve great things. His discoveries changed the way we understand the universe and laid the foundation for many modern technologies. In 1921, Albert Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. This was a great honor for Albert. He received the prize for his work on the photoelectric effect, which he had published in 1905. This discovery showed that light can be both a wave and a particle. It helped develop quantum theory, which is a fundamental part of modern physics. Albert's work on the photoelectric effect was very important. It explained how light interacts with matter. This discovery had many practical applications. It led to the development of new technologies, such as solar panels and electronic devices. Albert's work opened up new fields of study and inspired many other scientists. The Nobel Prize was a major milestone in Albert's career. It recognized his contributions to science and his impact on the world. Albert was very happy to receive the prize. He was grateful for the recognition and the support of his colleagues. Albert's acceptance speech was very humble. He thanked his family, friends, and mentors for their support. He also talked about the importance of curiosity and hard work. He encouraged young scientists to keep asking questions and exploring new ideas. Albert's Nobel Prize was a turning point in his life. It brought him international fame and recognition. People all over the world wanted to know more about his work. Albert traveled to many countries to give lectures and share his discoveries. He met many famous scientists and leaders. He inspired many people with his ideas and his passion for science. Albert's Nobel Prize was a testament to his dedication and perseverance. It showed that with curiosity and hard work, you can achieve great things. His discoveries changed the world and laid the foundation for many modern technologies. Albert's work continues to inspire scientists and students today. After receiving the Nobel Prize, Albert Einstein continued to work on his scientific theories. He moved to the United States in 1933. He accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. This became his home for the rest of his life. Albert's time in the United States was very productive. He continued to explore new ideas in physics. He worked on a unified field theory, which aimed to combine the forces of nature into a single theory. Although he did not succeed, his work laid the groundwork for future research. Albert also became involved in social and political issues. He was a strong advocate for peace and human rights. He spoke out against war and violence. He supported civil rights movements and worked to promote equality and justice. Albert's later years were marked by his efforts to use science for the benefit of humanity. He believed that science should be used to improve the world and make life better for everyone. He supported the development of new technologies that could help solve global problems. Albert's contributions to science and society were recognized by many people. He received numerous awards and honors. He was invited to speak at many conferences and universities. He inspired many young scientists with his ideas and his passion for learning. Albert's later years were also a time of personal reflection. He spent time with his family and friends. He enjoyed playing the violin and going for long walks. He continued to think deeply about the mysteries of the universe. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955. He left behind a legacy of scientific discoveries and a vision for a better world. His work continues to inspire scientists and students today. Albert's life shows us that with curiosity, hard work, and perseverance, we can achieve great things and make a positive impact on the world. Albert Einstein's legacy is one of the most profound in the history of science. His discoveries changed the way we understand the universe. His theories of relativity and quantum mechanics laid the foundation for modern physics. They opened up new fields of study and inspired many other scientists. Albert's work has many practical applications. His famous equation, equals mc squared, is the basis for nuclear energy. His discoveries about light and matter have led to the development of new technologies, such as lasers and solar panels. Albert's work continues to impact our daily lives in many ways. Albert's legacy is also one of curiosity and perseverance. He showed us that asking questions and exploring new ideas can lead to amazing breakthroughs. His dedication to learning and his passion for science are an inspiration to us all. Albert's work has also had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe. His theories of relativity have changed the way we think about space and time. They have led to new discoveries about black holes, the expansion of the universe, and the nature of gravity. Albert's legacy is also one of peace and human rights. He used his fame and influence to promote peace and justice. He spoke out against war and violence. He supported civil rights movements and worked to promote equality and justice. Albert's vision for a better world continues to inspire us today. Albert Einstein's legacy is a testament to the power of curiosity and hard work. His discoveries have changed the world and continue to impact our daily lives. His dedication to learning and his passion for science are an inspiration to us all. Albert's life shows us that with curiosity, perseverance, and a desire to make a positive impact, we can achieve great things and make the world a better place. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955, in Princeton, New Jersey. He was 76 years old. His death marked the end of an era in science. But his legacy lives on. Albert's passing was mourned by people all over the world. Scientists, students, and admirers paid tribute to his contributions to science and humanity. His funeral was a private affair, attended by his close family and friends. Albert's final resting place remains a secret, as he wished to be remembered for his work rather than his physical presence. Even after his death, Albert's work continues to inspire scientists and students. His discoveries have changed the way we understand the universe. His theories of relativity and quantum mechanics are still the foundation of modern physics. They continue to open up new fields of study and inspire new generations of scientists. Albert's life shows us that with curiosity, hard work, and perseverance, we can achieve great things and make a positive impact on the world. His legacy is a testament to the power of the human mind and the importance of never giving up on our dreams. Albert Einstein's story is an inspiration to us all. It shows us that no matter where we come from or what challenges we face, we can make a difference. His story encourages us to stay curious, work hard, and never stop learning.